When I was a kid, I was scared of dying. Shocker, I know. But not the way I remember other kids being scared. I wasn't scared of hell or judgment or what's on the other side. I was scared of not being here, of not getting to see what happens next, of the people I loved being in a room someday that I wasn't in, of having to leave them and having them leave me. I lost a lot of sleep over death, countless nights doing the math on my own disappearance. And I came up with an answer, the way you do. I figured that the only way to not really die was to be remembered, to end up in somebody's story, the way the dead stay alive and the things that people keep telling about them. If I could be remembered hard enough, maybe I could cheat death. That's a lot of weight to put on a kid. As I got older, the fear didn't go away. In fact, it kind of flipped. I went from terrified of death to fascinated by it. I read the stuff, I thought the thoughts, I had the late night drunken conversations, and at some point, I probably told people that I wasn't afraid of it, maybe even that I welcomed it. But that was a lie. It was just a fearful fascination. I'd gone from one end of the spectrum to the other, from terrified ignorance to this unadulterated understanding that I definitely didn't really have. Neither side is a healthy place to be, but you learn something on both ends. Somewhere in there, the whole thing just kind of fell apart. I have a few guesses as to why, but suffice to say, it didn't fall apart in a bad way, rather a relief way. I realized I'd spent my youth trying to find an answer to death, and that answer wasn't coming, because I was asking the wrong question. There's nothing to solve there. I'd been standing at a locked door my whole life, trying to find my way through, but the door was never the point. The point was the room that I was already standing in. The question was never, what does death mean? The question was, what do I do with my time here? And I'd wasted a lot of time on the former. Kurt Vonneguts, my favorite fiction author. In Breakfast of Champions, a character wants his gravestone to say one thing. Somebody, sometime to sometime, he tried. The first time I read that, I thought it was beautiful. He tried. That's it. That's the whole eulogy. Forget remarkable, forget remembered, forget the locked door. But the longer I sat with it, the less I believed it. Vonnegut's a satirist, and the whole book is about how people are essentially machines. No free will, no judgment, just running around while the narrator yanks them here to there. So is he tried actually noble? Or is it kind of bleak? The most a machine can hope for is that somebody writes down that it attempted. That's a question about myself as much as it is about Vonnegut. Do I try? Do I just tell myself I try? Is the effort mine? Or is it a comfortable lie that this machine tells itself to make autopilot feel like a choice? I don't know. Vonnegut, that asshole, he left it open on purpose. And I think the openness is the honest answer. Because I can't settle it about my own life either. I can't see my own wiring from the inside. None of us can. There are two other Vonnegut lines that everyone loves. In Slaughterhouse-Five, he writes, "So it goes, every time someone dies. And everything was beautiful and nothing hurt." People put those on posters and get them tattooed, and I fucking get it. They sound cool. They're snarky. Just float above it all and nothing can touch you. But that's not what they are. Billy's not at peace. He's checked out. He's a guy that time travels around, knowing everything that's going to happen to him, knowing his own death, and it's made him completely numb. Everything was beautiful and nothing hurt is a man who stopped showing up for his own life and found a pretty way to say so. So it goes. That's the trap. That's the easy answer to the wrong question. If it's all random and you're going to die anyway, why bother? Why try? Why not just go numb? It can feel like the wise thing to do. For a long time, so it goes felt like an absolute truth to me. Not anymore. I can't prove that trying means anything. I can't prove that I'm not Billy, numb and on autopilot. Maybe he tried is noble. Maybe it's pathetic. I can't tell from down here. But I'd still rather have he tried on my gravestone than so it goes. Because trying is at least a refusal. Under it all, the death stuff, the fascination with death stuff, I think it was always just a convoluted way of me judging myself. The fear that I'm overwhelmingly unremarkable. Not a failure, just average at most things and special at none. That's a stupid way to feel about yourself. The failures and the shortcomings, that's the whole point. They're the only texture that life has. They're what make a person. They're what give us something to overcome. So I refuse to go numb. I'm going to show up and I'm going to put in the effort. Even if I'm going to fail most of the time, I'll try pretty hard. Brace for Impact is a Sturgill Simpson song off a record that he wrote as a letter to his son. Sturgill doesn't argue with death the way that I did. No spiral, no apathy. He's plain, cool, and confident. We're dying to live and living to die, and all of us will cry for the ones we must leave. That sounds a lot like the kid that started this whole thing. The room I was scared of not being in. He sums up my fear without flinching, and instead of contemplation, he tells his son, "So go on and live a little. Make sure you give a little, before you go to the great unknown in the sky." It's Vonnegut's point from the opposite direction. The satirist writing a joke and the outlaw country lullaby land in the same place. Live a little, give a little, do something with the time, give a damn. Sturgill's more at peace with it than I am. He sounds sure. I'm not so sure. I'm still standing here not knowing if any of this means anything. But for now, that's okay. I get to listen to a couple guys further down the road than me, without pretending I'm already there, and I get to fumble my way in that direction. So I made a shirt. It says "Tried pretty hard." I'm being a little greedy with Vonnegut here. He said he tried was the biggest thing a person could be, and I wanted a little more out of that. Not succeeded, not won. I'm not chasing remarkable. That's what paralyzed me. Just pretty hard. The extra word is my point. It's the difference between accepting you showed up and being able to say you actually gave a damn. Clearly, I'm still processing. I've got a question that I've stopped asking for now. An answer I can't prove, a writer that I might not fully understand, a song from a guy a little further down the road than me, and a motto on a t-shirt that wants one more word than the gravestone. If you've made it this far, I'm floored, honestly, and super grateful. The shirt's in the bio if you want it. Buy it, or steal it, or tell me in the comments that I misread Vonnegut and I'm an idiot. You might be right. Whatever you do, pick your chin up. Keep trying. Try pretty hard. I've got a whole drawer of these shirts now. A different thing that I'm trying to figure out with each. A different floor that I'm trying to climb out of. They say 3 is a lucky number. I guess we'll find out.